I'm a sexy, skinny bitch.
Shouldn't have known if I was the one who's drowning.
Hello everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Hey guys, on tonight's episode, we're talking about buying clothes either because you gained weight or you lost weight. It's springtime 2019. Yesterday, on the way home, I was like, you know what? I need some new t-shirts, maybe some new sweatpants. After all, I am a personal trainer and I'm in the gym all the time. So I go clothes shopping. Now, I'm gonna talk also about the 80-20 rule, and why this should affect you in some way or another. It affects me. So the 80-20 rule is on this definition about your possessions. Okay, there's many different 80-20 rules that applies to different things, but we're taking this one to your possessions. Okay, so out of everything you own, we only use 20% of it. The other 80% is just sitting there. So I encourage you to maybe clean out your closets, clean out your garage, clean out your basement, go in your cabinets and get rid of stuff that you do not need. If it's been sitting there for more than a few months, if you haven't used it, maybe it's time to let it go. Let's clean up, guys. It's springtime, clean house. Now, with your clothes, my personal story that I'm about to tell you is something that a lot of people can relate to. 22 years ago, I was a 22-year-old version of what I look like right now. Much more handsome, no lines in my face, but at that time I just got released out of prison. Yep, I just got released out of prison for 5.5 years. I'm sorry, 5 years, 3 months to be precise. If you want to see that story, please check it out. I wasn't happy with the way I looked. I was too thin. I worked out for about 4 years in prison after recovering from a motorcycle accident before I went in. I was just never happy. I think most of us can relate to we're not happy with our bodies for one reason or another. So while I was in prison, all we had was, at the time for me, was muscle magazines. Okay? So when I came home, I just wanted to be a big bodybuilder. That's all I wanted to be. I wasn't happy with my body, and therefore I had to cheat. I had to cheat and I had to use steroids. I used steroids for 5 years. And within 5 years, I went from this to 296 pounds. I gained 105 pounds, okay? So when I first took steroids, I didn't know what to buy. I was reaching out because back in 1992, I really didn't know too much about steroids, and there wasn't the internet to really study upon that stuff. So anyways, long story short, I went from 192 all the way up to 296. Now, while I'm gaining all this weight, I have to buy clothes all the time. As I'm getting bigger and bigger and bigger, my clothes have to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so finally, after 5 years of getting up to 296, I stayed around 290. I leveled off, and then I slowly started to come back down. 280 for a couple of years, 270 for a few years, 260 for a few years, on and on and on, okay? So, GMO foods had started back in, I believe, in 1994. Now, America didn't start seeing the problems till a few years later. Genetically modified foods, it's basically poison. What it is Monsanto's puts a chemical in seeds that will kill insects, so they don't eat your crops. Okay, so we have side effects to that, and therefore we get leaky gut. Leaky gut. Now in this picture, I weighed about 245 pounds. And as I was losing weight, I still had that, I was still, a big dude, but it's just that I was always bloated. You know that feeling? You know that feeling. You were constipated. I was never able to go to the bathroom naturally. My diet was, even though I'm a personal trainer and I'm an ex-bodybuilder, I knew how to eat. But yes, I also cheated here and there. I would have pizza, nothing like hamburgers or hot dogs, nothing like that. But yeah, I would cheat here and there. But to find out I had leaky gut. Now, I went to all organic, non-GMO foods, only, and gluten-free. So gluten-free, organic, non-dairy, you get the idea. 4 years ago, I weighed 245 pounds. I weigh exactly 200 pounds right now. So I went on a 22-year full circle. From here, before to after, and back to before. Okay? But also, I had lots of issues, heart attack, all kinds of health issues. You can watch those videos as well. That's why I have this channel. But on today's subject, we're talking about clothing. Now, as you're getting from one extreme to another, now you start to lose weight. Like most of us, we like to lose a few pounds. Therefore, you have to stop wearing the baggy clothes that we're so used to. A lot of people are comfortable, and they shouldn't be. Comfortable in baggy clothes. You look like crap. You have to get better fitted clothing for yourself so you can feel better about yourself. Because if you feel like you're sloppy and people look at you like you're sloppy, okay? And that's a fact. I feel much better when I'm wearing tighter clothes, fitted clothes. I feel good about myself. But being thin again, it's annoying to me because I tried not to be thin for so long, and just that full circle, I'm back to where I began. I should have been happy the whole time, but that's like so many of us. We're just never happy with our body. So we get to a point where we're losing weight. Now it's time to buy more clothes, and we keep spending a ton of money. I know I spent thousands of dollars over the past 15, 16 years, absolutely. Getting big, lots of new clothes, lots of jackets, lots of everything, right? And as we're losing weight, now it's the reverse. We have to buy new clothes to fit our body. And then we lose a little bit more weight, you gotta keep buying clothes. Stop wearing the baggy, loose-fitting clothes. You just look like crap. So, with the 80-20 rule, if you have nice clothes that you haven't worn, please donate them. Today I went to the Salvation Army and I donated my clothes. I do this all the time. Anytime I buy new clothes, I go and donate what I haven't used. Don't give them your dirty, stinking clothes. They don't need that stuff. Give them your nice shirts, your nice sweaters. You have nice jeans, you have nice dress pants, jackets, suits, whatever it might be, dresses, please. Somebody else can use that, okay? It's been sitting in your closet forever.
Shouldn't have known if I was the one who's drowning in your flood. It's overwhelming me, but I guess it's clear to me now. After staring holes in all my walls,
clean out your closet. Get some less space because, listen, we all do this. We wear our favorite clothes all the time. Okay? Might not be day after day, though some people do that. Or they buy X amount of pairs of jeans that are the same, or leggings or whatever. It's the way they fit. I'm like most of you people. You go into the dressing room, you put stuff on, you just don't feel right. It just doesn't fit you the way you were hoping. So you're always either sticking to the old stuff or you're trying something smaller and tighter and it's just not working out for you. Yesterday when I went shopping, I finally found a pair of jeans. I wear a 34 waist, 34 length. It was impossible to find 34, 34. Now I wear Levi's. I prefer Levi's. It's just what I grew up with. My body's changing. My body, like everybody else, you get older, things aren't as tight as they used to be. So the things that we used to wear, we just can't look good anymore. I can't wear sweatpants like today's kids do. Tight. I have to have them just straight legged. Okay. Yesterday I bought some sweatpants that had a slight tapered fit, and I'm okay with that. I just can't go to that extreme where it's all tight in your legs. I'm 50 years old in July. I don't need to be walking around like a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old. I just can't wear those sweatpants. Again, donate your clothes. Donate your stuff that you have to get rid of. Go through all your drawers. Like I said, go through your house. There's plenty of stuff that you can give somebody. Okay? You don't have to give them your crappy shit. You throw that shit out. Give them some nice things. You'll feel good about yourself. Okay, guys, part of the 80-20 rule is giving stuff away, right? So, coincidentally, I had some used auto parts in my basement. A few years ago, maybe 9 years ago, I had a 2001 BMW convertible. And I posted up a couple of parts that I took off the car and I put high performance parts in. For some reason, I have the tinted rear tail lights. I must have either not liked them and put the stock ones back on because they were too dark. In my opinion, for my age, they look a little cheesy. More, like a teenager would put on their car. So I got a response on my Craigslist ad, and I told the person, his name is Ivan, to come down and I'm gonna meet him around the corner and I'm gonna give them to him for free. If you get stuff that you wanna sell, there's some things that you don't need to make any money. Some things are worth money, yes. But also, something like these taillights, what am I gonna get, $10, $15 from? I'd rather just give it to him. That way there's no expectations of him having a good quality product. I mean, they are, after all, over 10 years old. I had the car, 9 years old I had the car. So, sitting in my basement. So they're not doing me any good. Me, it gives me joy to give them to somebody else and made his day for giving to him for nothing. So let's go take a look at those parts. So that's on today's video, the 80-20 rule. Simply, whatever you buy, get rid of the old stuff, okay? Keep your inventory moderate to little because we don't need all that stuff. I know you're saying, I'm not giving up this, I'm not giving up that, but do you really need it? I don't think so. All right, everybody, until the next video. Baldadonis out.
Shouldn't have known if